Hello, my friend.
Oh,
I'm
no.
getting hysterical-itis. All right, here we are. Back to the original. And what is that? What is that? I'm in the same chair.
I think you need to go back to the computer's camera. I can't help you. I don't know what's going on.
This is what we got. This is all we got, and I'm good with it. I'm over it.
Well, what did you do?
I'm using my MacBook now.
Oh, okay. Well, just turn your screen. There you go.
Yeah, we'll just remember we're 33 minutes in, so we're just
Okay.
starting at 30 minutes. So, all right, everybody, welcome to episode 49. And we were just going to say it's taken us 49 episodes to get everything down pat, and everything went to poo-poo, but that's okay. We're here, and we are going to get this party started. So grab something to drink and your favorite project and yarn over with us.
Yes.
And I said, you have just made my day.
Hello there, all of you out there in video land. We are so glad that you are with us today. We have got loads of stuff to share, and I'm so excited because I'm going to be sharing about Nashfest. So don't leave us. I mean, we're probably going to pull a lot of stuff out of the junk drawer today, but we're going to talk about Nashfest. I was there and I loved it. My name is Susie Lanier, and I am from Huntsville, Alabama. Take it, Linda.
Oh, and my name is Linda Belcher. I live in Rockwell, North Carolina. And yes, we originally didn't know if we had anything much to talk about. And this is a true conversation. One of our beautiful members, Arlena, she says, "I miss you when you don't record." And so I thought, should we record today? Should we not? And I'm like, Arlena will miss us if we don't. So here we are.
Hey, Arlena. We're here.
And so that's really, it's like, okay. So yes, and so I don't really have too much to say that's but Susie does, because she had so much fun at the Nashfest. But before we get to that, I want to remind everybody up front about our Zoom on Saturday.
Yes.
I always so look forward to them. It's actually only our third Zoom, but this is where we get to meet you and hear your voice and connect with you. And it's so fun and it's so special. And I think most of the people that start coming come back each time. So it's working for everybody. So please join. Now, to get the information for the Zoom, you need to go to our website and join our newsletter email list. And we virtually only send out emails to tell you that we have a new episode or the Zoom contact information. So we just don't want a bunch of strangers, We want to know who's there for sure and has access to the information. So anyway, that's all. But other than that, I need to take care of that right away so we don't forget. Because, we get talking and then we forget the important stuff. And the Zoom is important. So 10 o'clock Eastern Time, Saturday the 25th. So anyway.
Right. Very good.
Got that out. So
I wanted we always do talking before we get started, and we've been talking about, well, we talked about a lot of stuff, but before that we started into getting set up and everything, I was talking to my sister, and she's visiting her son in Florida, and she said, "Susie, I've got to tell you a story about my brother." And you're going to understand why I'm telling you this story about my brother at the end of the story. I'm going to tell it quick because I'm known for dragging things out, my southern drag out,
oh, we love your stories.
Well, this actually is my brother's story, but it is a really interesting story. So he was out driving and saw this car on the side of the road and noticed that it was a young girl. She's probably about the age of maybe one of his daughters. and she looked like she was distressed, and the road wasn't busy. It was like a country road, I'm thinking, and he just kind of stopped right beside her, rolled his window down. He was in a truck, and he said, "Ma'am, do you need help? Are you okay?" And she turned around and looked at him, and she said, I'm fine. No, I don't need any help." And he said, "Are you sure?" And she said, "I'm fine. I don't need any help." And so he said, "Okay." So he rolled his window up, and he slowly started driving off from her, noticed in his rearview mirror that when he drove off, that she dropped her head and she was sobbing into her hands. And he thought, "I can't leave her." And so he turned around and came back to her, and he rolled his window down again. He said, "Ma'am," he said, "you are crying." He said, "You've told me you don't need help. You were here with a vehicle by yourself. Your vehicle evidently can't run, and you're crying." He said, "Can I help you in any way?" And she said, "Well, one of my tires is messed up." And she said, "It's flat." I think it must have been a tire on the other side of the car because he couldn't see that. And so he pulls his truck over, goes to inspect the tire, and the stem to the tire stem was like almost off. And there was no way he could fix that tire there. And he said, "Ma'am, the tire's going to have to come off. It's going to have to go to a shop. They're going to have to fix the stem, fix the tire." He said, "and then it's going to have to be brought back and put onto your car." He said, I can leave you here." He said, "I can take the tire off and leave you here." He said, "But I don't know how long that's going to last or take." He said, "You're welcome to ride with me. I've got to go to my house and get tools, or I hate for you to stay here." Well, she decides that she's going to get in the car with him. And you can imagine all the mess that's going through my head. It's like, that girl's getting in the car with somebody she doesn't know.
It's the Disney story all over again.
What's wrong with these people? So she gets in the car with my brother, and they haven't been on the road long, and she tells him that her stomach is hurting really bad, and she's bent over, and she's like in terrible pain. And he's thinking, "Oh my Lord, I got this girl in the car with me. She is sick." He said, "Ma'am, all I know to do is take you to the emergency room." He said, "Maybe your appendix or something's wrong with your appendix." He said, I'll just take you to the ER." So he is taking her to the ER. He says, "If you'll give me the keys to your car." She hands him the keys to her car. He says, "I'm going to go back and get your tire. I'm going to go fix your tire. I'm going to then bring your car to the hospital." So she gets out of the car. He leaves her. He goes to his house, gets his tools, goes back to her car, takes the tire off, takes it to a mechanic that he's familiar with. They hear the story. They fix her tire for free. He takes it back to her car, puts it on, calls his son, leaves his truck on the side of the road, and he goes and with his son, and they take the car to the hospital parking lot in emergency. He goes into emergency, but he doesn't even know her name. Well, no, she told him a name. So he goes to the counter and it says her name, and she's here. I brought her. Kind of tells a little bit about not much, but a little bit about what's going on. I need to get these keys to her. Her car is in the parking lot. Well, the people behind the counter start snickering, like, "Yeah, we've heard this story. She didn't even give you her real name." So he's beginning to realize that she didn't even give her real name. They don't have anybody by that name back behind the counter in the ER. And so George really gets a little frustrated. It's like, I have gone out of my way to help this woman, and now these people are thinking that it appears that they're thinking that I'm out to meet this girl, or she's afraid of me. She wouldn't even give me her real name. And he looked at him, he said, "Look, all I've tried to do with this girl is be a good Samaritan. She was on the road by herself. her car wasn't running. He said, would you please, whatever her name is, let her know that her car is sitting in the parking lot. I have fixed it. Here's her keys. Will you please let her know that I hope she's going to be okay? And he
Did they
said,
know which girl that they were talking?
I think they did. I think they did. But see, she had gone in and probably told a story. She could have said, I'm afraid. I don't want to, you know, he has my keys and whatever. But he left her keys there and said, her car's in the parking lot. If y'all know her real name, if you know, her car is fixed. And when Sherry got through telling me that story, I said, you know, Sherry, I said, the sad thing about this whole story is that used to the norm is that we were good Samaritans all the time. We would see somebody that needed help, and then the person that needed help trusted that we were going to help them. They weren't afraid of us. They just thought, oh, how kind of you. And here this girl desperately needed help. My brother really wanted to just help her.
Sure.
She was horrified. She was scared of him. She didn't tell him her real name. And I understand all that. I understand. But what's so sad about it is that literally we now live in a world that everybody is scared. We're scared.
Well, that's because the Good Samaritans get arrested.
It's terrible. And it's like, and I told, there you go. Did I offend you with my common sense? Well, there's no common sense anymore. We don't know.
No, it's uncommon.
No, it's uncommon.
But,
and now that is uncommon
sad.
that somebody really would, and I told Sherry, I said, and well, Sherry even said, I guarantee you George won't stop and try to help anybody, but it's help anybody anymore. But the thing is that we do need help, and we ought to be able to trust.
Yeah.
I mean, how many of y'all grew up where you didn't even think about locking your doors, and we weren't fearful? I remember the first time somebody said to me that you don't lock your car doors when you get in your car, and it's like, no. And when you know,
when you get in the car,
I don't. Well, now our cars automatically lock. I mean, my doors automatically. When I put my car in drive, they automatically. But years ago they didn't. And this person said to me, you know, when you stop at a stop sign, that somebody could open the passenger door and jump into your car. Well, I'd never thought about that. And it's, and I grew up afraid of nothing. I remember the first time that I saw my husband and I had seen other people coming out of the bathroom. And when they came out of the bathroom, they were carrying the paper towel that they dried their hands with out of the bathroom. And I looked at my husband one time and I said, why do you always bring the paper towel out of the bathroom? And he looked at me like, it's like, what? I said, why don't you throw that? Why don't you throw that away when you dry your hands? He said, because Susie, I have to open the door. And I said, you have to. Now this is years ago. This is before we were afraid of germs and COVID and all of that. And he said, you have to open the door. And I thought, open the door? And he said, Susie, do you know how many people go into a bathroom and don't wash their hands?
Don't wash their hands. I'm not afraid of normal.
Open the door, and I'm thinking, but my mama told me that germs make us grow.
Well, not feces.
I know.
Feces make you throw up.
Honestly, I was so naive about, and now, buddy, I would dry my hands and I use paper towel to open the door. You know. I mean, but I'd never thought of it. I'd never been taught that. And probably some of you were out there thinking, oh, how gross. I can't believe you didn't ever think that. But I don't know. I just about everything. Just trusting that people were going to wash their hands, trusting that people are trying to help you, trusting that nobody's going to walk through an unlocked door, trusting, it's like, and it's so sad that's not the norm anymore.
Well, and what's really sad about your brother's story is not only are you afraid to ask for help, but you're afraid to give help.
Yeah.
Danny is like, he is the fixer. He wants to fix.
Yes, he is.
But he is now he says, I see a girl, he says, here's the thing. I know they have a phone, they can call somebody.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
the last thing you want to do is help somebody, and then they either rob you or drug
and
you,
me and
kill
Sherry
you,
talked about that.
or accuse you.
Accuse you. It's so sad.
It's terrible.
It's like,
terrible.
why don't we have a world anymore that we can just be kind to people? But anyway.
I know.
Oh, well, we're going to skip on to Nashfest or something. But anyway, that was fun. I had a wonderful time at Nashfest.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, you did, and I really wish I was there. You know, you've been to 2, weren't they back-to-back weekends of?
Yes, I was at Middle Tennessee Fiber Fest, and
but
then at
Nashfest is the one I want to go to next year. I think I'm going to come down.
Everybody, yes, you need to.
It's middle, middle USA. So I think it brings in the west, the east, the south, the north. I think it's
yes.
It's kind of middle.
It's it was very well attended, and
I could tell by Instagram because almost not all, but a lot of the dyers I follow were there, and that's what made me think I need to be there.
And I think it's only going to get bigger. You did have to pay to get in. It was $25 for if you're going one day, which I was only there on Friday, but you got like a discount if you went both Friday and Saturday. And they had
That's kind of high. Usually they're like $5.
I know. It was
but imagine what those poor vendors are paying for their
booths. We had to pay $10 to park. Had to pay $10 to park. And I didn't remember seeing that when it was talking about where it was going to be, and it was cash. And I had cash, but I was wondering, wonder how many people that was an issue that they got there and you had to pay $10 cash to park. But anyway, I had the cash, so it wasn't an issue for me. But it was wonderful. And what was so neat, what was so neat, is that now we've had our podcast. This coming up August will be 2 years. It was so neat. People recognized me, and it wasn't many, but one of our viewers, Linda,
they're part of our yarn circle. That is so cool.
Yes, and Linda, I'm only going to speak first names, and you'll know who you are, but Linda had sent me a private message, which she had messaged as a comment on our last episode that was that she was going to be there. So I was able to connect with Linda, and when she saw me, she said, I almost didn't recognize you. I was looking for your red glasses, and of course I had them hanging on my neck. I said, well, here they are. So she had a friend, Mary Ann, with her. And but before Linda came up, I had another girl to come up, and she said, I heard your voice. I knew who you were before I saw you. And I thought, my voice, is that recognizable? And so she came up.
It is.
I think her name was Connie, and I wanted to get a picture with Connie, but she said, I don't do pictures. And I said, well, I'm gonna say, hey, Connie, I was so glad to see you at Nashfest. And then I did get a picture with Linda and Mary Ann, and we can put that picture up. And then I had a gal to recognize me, and her name is Cindy. And Cindy came up, and she was there. They drove all the way from Texas, she and her husband.
Oh, wow.
And they were kind of doing a trip. They did a road trip, and he is so kind to let her go to Fiber Fest and things like that. And so I said, Cindy, is your husband here? And he said, no. I said, are you here by yourself? And she said, yes. And I said, well, hang with me today. And so me and Cindy hung together all that day. We had lunch together. And then another gal
so cool.
recognized me, and her name is Kendra. And she was there with her son, Daniel. And they actually were able to sit with us while I was eating lunch, because Cindy had already eaten lunch, but she came and sat with me. And we were able to it's so amazing how I went by myself. My husband originally was going to ride with me, but he started not feeling well and kind of wiggled out of it. But that was okay. But we were all talking about how that when you come to something that has to do with fiber or crafting, that even if you go by yourself, you leave with friends, you know. But it was so wonderful that I was able to hang with Yarn Circle viewers, you know, that'll watch our podcast. And so I bought way too much. I didn't put the brakes on. There were so many things.
You didn't put the brakes on.
There were so much good. You know, they had a center
Everybody
stage.
has a vice.
I know.
Yours
but
is yarn.
I didn't do good, but they had center stage, and they had things happening throughout the day on that. They had a fashion show.
Really?
Saturday they had actually people that were going to be talking about
fun.
you know, techniques of knitting and things like that. So they had a whole schedule, and they also gave this great big program that you were able to see the schedule, and you know who the sponsors were, and so there was just, this was wonderful. And of course it had a lot of information inside about what we were going to be seeing, and then there were sponsors in there, and the layout of the vendors, so you can see the vendors.
Yeah.
And so it makes you understand why they did charge, you know, because it really wasn't a wonderful event. And so you want me to show you all the things I got?
Of course. I want to see it all. I was going to knit, but I don't think I'm going to be able to look away.
Okay, so I'm going to start off with this right here. Look at this bag.
Oh, that's just stinking adorable.
Isn't that wonderful?
It's so
and the
cute.
company that did this, it's called Gussie Bag Company. Gussie Bag Company. And it is a very, very sturdy canvas bag. I mean, the bags that they had were just
very
absolutely
cute. I love
beautiful.
the colors.
This is actually a medium bag, and it was.
You could leave that under your spring tree. It looks very
I know.
springy.
I love it. And so I broke down and bought me a bag like I needed another bag. And then right when I got there, I was really...
Ooh, love.
I had decided I was going to go through everything and then decide if I wanted to purchase. And as soon as I walked in, the first vendor that I went to had dyed a show color, and this is the show color.
I love
And
that.
isn't that
green and that
beautiful?
blue together.
And I paired it with this, and I already have a pattern called Dutch Tulips. It is beautiful, beautiful shawl that has got, you use a tonal and a variegated, and the name of this company is 1918 Yarn Company. And loved, beautiful things.
Oh, that blue and the green
isn't that
is
beautiful?
So pretty.
And
Where are they? What state are they out of? Does it say?
It doesn't say, and I didn't ask. But this yarn is 75% merino, 25% nylon. It's 437 yards, 100 grams. And so with plenty to do the shawl that I'm going to do with this. So I really like to buy yarn and have a plan. I don't like to just buy yarn.
My stomach is growling, you guys. I'm so sorry.
Oh.
I hope it doesn't show up. Anyway, don't worry, I'm fine.
So I like to have a plan when I buy the yarn, so that I know why I bought it. So that was
Will
one of
you
my first
remember?
purchases.
Will you have to put a tag or something?
Well, what I'll do is I put it in a bag. I put it in a Ziploc bag, and I put the pattern in there with it. I print it, put the pattern in there with it, and then I know what I bought that yarn for. And so then Tough Company was right across from this particular one, and I love to get the Tough soaps and the bombs. I love to have them in my bag, and so I bought this little Tough. It's called Mountain Lodge, and these are wonderful to have inside of your bags, and they just roll up. like a deodorant, and they're a balm. You know, you just rub them onto your hands, and they give a nice little and beautiful scents as you're holding your yarn, that the scent is transferring to your project. No, it's not greasy at all. They're wonderful.
Good.
I just love them. And wonderful scents, but I chose Mountain Lodge. And then I don't wear a lot of cologne because it really bothers me, the chemical fragrances. And they had these roll-ons with essential oils, and they had Mountain Lodge, and this is a cologne, just oil and essential oils, and you rub it onto your pulse points, and it smells wonderful. And so I just couldn't pass that up.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And so I got that. And then they had all the soaps, and these are the woolen sock soaps. And I love using these to soak when I'm going to soak my projects before I block. And it makes them smell, and the scents last forever on
Is this the scent that the girls kept sniffing their blankets?
Yes, but that was a different, it's a Tough
same
soap.
company.
Yes, at their dedication. And I got cinnamon roll.
Oh, no kidding.
It smells so good.
Oh.
And so that was a purchase from Tough that was there. And then I met this gal. She was like not far from there. It was like, oh my gracious, I'm buying stuff before I even
And you just walked in.
And her company is called Mountain Meadow Farm. And she has goats and does fiber, and she is from Franklin, North Carolina. And her name is Beverly. So I don't know if you're watching or will watch, but hey, Beverly, I love to be in your little booth. But one thing that she had in there, because she had a lot of the fiber that you would spin and all of that, and I'm of course not into that right now, but she had some lotion, and she told me, she said, you will absolutely love the goat milk body butter. She said, I actually don't make it, but I get it from a farm that it is just, she said, I love it. I'm obsessed with it. And so I, took her advice, and I got the cucumber melon, and it is divine. The name of the company is Old Morris Farm, and we'll put this in the description, but it's called Old Morris Farm, and they do have a website, oldmorrisfarmllc.com, and this is divine. If you bought it, you would be in love with it. And so I got and then we'll have to put the picture up, but I saw Ashley with Paper Crane, and we have seen her. So she was there, Ashley with Paper Crane yarns. And she had a show color too, and she named it Honkin' Hootenanny, because they were having a
in Nashville.
Yeah. And so this was her show color.
Oh, so pretty.
Lots
I love it.
Like deep plums and pinks and some gold, and so, and I'm going to do socks with this. I'm going to do socks. Then I didn't know this. I hadn't really looked at the vendors, but I didn't know that Sophia
See how fun it is to shop with us?
Huh?
How fun it is to shop with us.
Oh, I know. I didn't know that Sophia with Botanical Yarn was going to be there. And she has a podcast. Many of you may watch her. I'm subscribed to her. I watch her. And everything about her store is lots of pinks. Anything that falls into that pink family. And she was precious. In fact, her episode, I had not watched it, but her episode before she left to come to America was about her leaving the UK and going,
It's okay, I'm here.
You're there. Oh, there you
I
go.
just hit a button. I didn't even know what it would do, but it's kind of cool.
Okay, well, so
I was trying to mute because I need to clear my throat. But
she
anyway,
is
go ahead.
talking on her last podcast about coming to America, being at Nashfest, and how that she was excited and scared at the same time with all the things that she was going to be doing, leaving the UK, coming to America. And it was so wonderful. I got to get a picture with her. And of course, Cindy was there. So it's a picture of me and Cindy from our yarn circle. Got a picture taken with Sophia. And at her booth, I bought these minis.
Oh, look at those.
And she is all about pinks.
Oh, there's sparkles in there.
And yes, and these are 20-gram minis. And I have a shawlette that I am going to make with this. And the name of that pattern is, let me find it. It's called, it's called the Mini Solution Scarf. And we'll put up something here for you to see that, but it's on Ravelry and it's called the Mini Solution Scarf. And the neat thing about this little scarf is that you use minis to make it. And so I think it's either 5 or 6 minis that the pattern calls for. And so I just thought that these 20-gram minis would make a pretty mini solution scarf. And the ones I don't use are going to look great with Ashley's skein for socks that I'll use for cuffs, toes, and heels with this. So I had plenty of 20 grams to do that. And then I forgot to get a picture with her, but what was so neat is when I was at her booth, that's where a lot of the girls that watch our podcast came up. And so Carolyn is seeing me, hey, I'm so glad you spoke to me. And she said, Susie, the next time that y'all were at a Fiber Fest, she said, we'll make a table for you to sit at and you can announce that you're going to have a meet and greet at Swan City booth. And I said, well, that would be awesome.
And maybe she'll give a special little discount to the Yarn Over With Us yarn circle.
Oh, that would be fun
Ooh,
too.
that'll get them to come.
Yeah, that'll get them to come to their booth. And she always has beautiful stuff. And she had a hat sitting out at her booth that was absolutely beautiful. And it's called the Weekend hat. Weekend. We'll have to put that up. And this is the yarn that I got to make that hat
Well,
with.
that is your yarn.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yes.
I told her, I said she had it she actually had done a red with a pink, because this is their,
Is that the alpaca fluff?
This is the Suri, the Suri alpaca. It's 65% Suri alpaca with 35% silk. And this is the lace, and it's 437 yards. And then this is 70% baby alpaca, 20% silk, 10% cashmere. And it's 3-ply fingering with 437 yards. And me and Cindy had been talking about how that she used to own a yarn shop, and she has done the little cottontail bunnies and sold them. And I said, oh, I can't even imagine doing all that knitting and selling. But when because y'all all know the price of yarn, and so when these two hanks were rung up, I said, can you imagine telling somebody that you make them a hat and you charge them $300 for it? It's like, people just don't understand the cost of beautiful, wonderful fiber. But I am going to love this. And so I'm making the weekend hat with this. And it was wonderful seeing Carolyn. And is her husband, is it Adam? No, what is her husband? Dave, Bo.
I think they call him Bo, don't they?
Bo, okay.
I think.
I had a brain freeze. I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure.
But anyway, her husband is always there, and he is so kind and so nice. And so I was glad that they were there, and I made that purchase. And then Cottontail Farms, they have wonderful bags, but they had these little stitch markers that you can count your stitches. They go in 20 stitch increments. So, you know, if you're doing a cast on of 200, you can put these stitches so that, and I don't have any of these. So when I saw these, they were something that I really needed. And I can't say that I needed the other stuff. I just wanted the other stuff. And then the last thing that it was at the end of the day, and I thought, I'm finished. I'm not buying another thing. I was looking at this booth, and they had a beautiful, and we're going to put a picture up here, of, I guess it was a shawl, but it was stretched out the whole length of her table, It was gorgeous, and when I saw it, the first thing that came to my mind is that's a table runner. It is beautiful. It's crocheted. The name of the let me make sure I'm going to tell you this right. Begin hat. Hold on. I took a picture of it. It's called the Ziggy Interrupted. Interrupted. Ziggy Interrupted. And the designer, her name is Sandra Paul. And when I saw it, I thought, I want that. I want that for my table for Thanksgiving. It is absolutely beautiful, a table runner. And it's crocheted. And you use, of course, we all talk about how the crocheting's a yarn hog, so you got to have 5 100 hanks of yarn.
Wow.
And these are my colors that I chose for that.
Oh, that'll be great in your house.
Aren't they beautiful colors?
Yep.
Oh, I am just thrilled with these colors. So these are my 5 colors that I chose.
How will you feel about food getting on them and getting them dirty?
Well, I won't leave it on there. Just like I have a tree
for the
up
holiday,
year-round.
like you'll just dress it. Okay, gotcha.
So,
Not
like I have my tree up year long and decorate for different seasons. My
I literally was
table is
thinking
the
for
same
your
way.
table.
No, it'll just be a runner that
decor.
goes down through the middle with the dishes that are set up around it. And I have greenish olive colored dishes that'll be beautiful with these fall colors. And so, I just hope I got to really work on, I got so much I'm doing, but anyway, this is it. And on the one that was, and you'll see the picture, because I took a picture with me there at it.
Yeah, that's your color right there.
But on the table, this was replaced with a burnt orange color, and I told her, I said, I want a deep red. I want to change that to red. And then I actually changed some of the other colors. So you just had to have 5 100 grams. And the company that I bought this yarn from is the Whimsical You, and it's hand-dyed yarn. And
I've heard of them,
So anyway, it was beautiful yarn. I thought, I got to get out of here. I got to leave. I got to get out of here.
Did you take a nice big tote bag?
It was
to carry it all?
Well, no, I didn't. I just
You almost need a backpack.
Yeah,
Put it all in a backpack.
This is
Isn't
where I
that
got
cute?
that yarn from. So,
how fun.
Anyway,
love it.
I had a ball, and you have got to go with me next year. It was a wonderful Fiber Fest.
I'm planning on it.
And I wore my little bandana here, and you'll see that in the pictures. And some of the people there had on sweaters, and it was in the 80s, and they had it at the fairgrounds, Nashville, and I'm sure there was air conditioning there, but it was hot. It was so hot, So the most that I thought that I could handle wearing was this little bandana on my shoulders, and I couldn't have handled anything else. But it's fun seeing, the things that people are wearing, and you're in an event with people that all love the same kind of things that you love.
I know.
So it was a
It's
wonderful event.
So fun.
Absolutely wonderful. So yes, that's all of my purchases. It was enough.
Yeah, yeah.
It
Oh,
was enough.
Aww.
So, and then I really haven't done a lot of knitting this week, but I did do some crocheting. And last week I had shown that I had knitted the square from Yorkshire
yeah.
Blanket. This is the Yorkshire Rose, I believe. It's pattern number 9, or it's square number 9 in the pattern, the Yorkshire Blanket. And so I had made one of those. So since last week when we recorded, I've made another one.
It's
And
the I can see
made
the
another
rose. I can
one.
see it. Yeah.
And I've made another one.
So Susie, how
made
you're
another
putting them
one.
forward? How big are those in reality? About
They're
6
about
inches?
they're about 8 inches. They make a
are
nice
they?
size.
Wow.
And I'm doing them with 2 100. So this is the one I'm on. This is number 6. I'm almost finished with number 6.
I can see the rose. I sure can.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
It is a beautiful square, and you can see. So you see this square, and then I'm reversing it with this one. So you see what I'm doing there. But what happens is it's 2 100-gram hanks, and I can get, and one's a tonal and one's a variegated, and I'm using speckled finch yarn that I have been a part of their club for years. I've got a load
I
of
saw
yarn.
them stacked up in your closet.
I know. I don't like anybody to see that.
No, it's your stash. I loved it. I'm like, there's your
When
stash.
she saw it, she said, "You got a problem." And
Nope,
that's when I said, "That is my casket knitting."
Yes.
And if you
Go see that episode.
you need to go
If
see
you
that
haven't
episode.
seen it yet.
You need to go see casket knitting.
Oh man.
But so yeah, this is all casket buying and casket knitting that I've shown today. But the 2 100 grams, one's a tonal, one's a variegated, and I can get 2 variegated, 2 tonals, and then what's left, I can get 2 squares by using the tonal in the middle and then the variegated and then switching it. And then because there's not enough left to do a full one in either one, but if I combine them and use them together, I can get 2 more squares. And I only have about 8 grams left of each color once I finish it. So it uses all of the yarn except for about 8 grams on each color, which that can be used in socks and things like that. So
Yeah.
I'm really pleased with this, and my goal is to knit 6 squares a month. And this is February, so I got to catch up. I got to get March's and April's done by the end of April, but I'm working really hard on these crocheted squares, and I'm loving it. And you really have to kind of keep it in front of you to make sure the pattern stays in your brain, and it's finally starting, because I had almost had it. And then I laid it down, and now I've had to crochet all these squares to get that pattern back into my head. And crocheting is not something that comes real easy to me. Pattern reading is hard for me with crocheting, totally different than knitting. But I absolutely love it, so I'm pushing through with that, and I've got a crochet table runner to make, so I'm excited about that too. So I have ran my mouth long enough. What do you have to say? I don't have nothing else to say.
What do I have to say? Let's see. As far as catching up, I had my friend Jan. So she's my other sister from another mother. So I have 2.
And I have met Jan.
Yeah, yes. In fact, it's so funny because when we're talking, I will bring you up because it's like Jan knows more about knitting and whatnot, and she doesn't even knit. I mean, she just knows a lot about it because she hears me talk about it. I don't think she watches our episodes, but Jan lives in Wisconsin and her son lives down here, but I've known Jan since I was 19.
Wow.
So we've been through a lot of life together. Our kids grew up together, so I just saw this word on Instagram. I think it's called best friend cousins, you know, so my kids, of course, know her kids. And so one of her
Yeah.
sons lives here. And so and then we have all these birthdays, and we used to celebrate them in March, which is when all the birthdays are.
Right.
But it's been too cold the last couple of years.
Right.
So she said, let's bump it out to April. So that's what she was down for. And so we had a nice family get together, and they are looking at houses here to winter. They have a beautiful, yeah,
Really?
they have a beautiful lake
Oh,
home.
that'll be
And
so wonderful.
it's hard to leave the lake home. It's stunning and it's a
Yeah.
beautiful lake, but they just can't take the winters anymore.
Yeah,
And
it's
you know,
tough.
my brothers still live in Wisconsin. I know some of our viewers live in Wisconsin, and my heart goes out to you. You all have had such horrible weather with tornadoes, floods. My brother lost 2 cars. His roof, his siding, and his gutters and whatever to hail that was this big.
Oh,
I mean, they're
wow.
totaled. The cars are totaled. They look like, I don't even know what they look like. And now they're flooding. I mean, they literally have fish in Waukesha's streets. They have
Oh,
sturgeon
wow.
in the streets swimming. I mean, so it's been, and I know Marcy's up there, and it's been cold and nasty. And I'm just like, so yeah, come on down, girlfriend, come on down. So anyway, so they took care of some of that business. So hopefully they'll find something. And you know, it wasn't even sad saying goodbye to her, because I think I'm going to see her like probably in a couple of months.
Oh,
She'll be
that's
back, you know.
awesome. That
Yeah,
is
I hope
awesome.
so. And you know, she's retiring, and so she doesn't have a lot of reason
Yeah.
to have to stay there. So that was
And
fun.
she's got family near you too,
Well, yeah,
grandchildren.
yeah, 2 grandchildren and her son,
grandchildren.
and so yeah.
That's
So that was
awesome.
fun. That was a fun. And so I didn't really knit a lot. However, I did get my sweater done. This
Yes,
is
it
my
is
Yumi,
beautiful. I
and
love
it's
it.
not blocked, but I don't even think I'm going to. It's just
It
fine.
looks great.
I love the twisted rib, which or
Yeah.
it's a half twisted rib. I will forever use that on ribbing. I just think it's so pretty. And then I can kind of get up. And then I used, you know,
Oh yeah.
the sewn bind off, which I love. But
Right.
I did have to make an alteration. My neckline, and you'll see Leslie's Yumi, she's in the yarn circle, and we were knitting at the same pace, basically. We
Right.
didn't know that. She finished hers, so hers will be in the spotlight. But the Yumi does not have a rib neckline. It's just got a cast on, but mine started out like a boat neck, sort of, and I thought it would be fine because it's only 10 stitches more than we put on for a ranunculus too. And I tried
So it's
it on,
100 stitch cast on.
but that thing was out here to my bra
Oh,
straps when I got
wow.
done. And I saw it, I knew it was big, and I
Yeah.
thought I can fix it. So I just continued on, finished it,
Mm-hmm.
and I just cast on the stitches, and I just did about 8 rows. I did the same,
It looks
you know.
great. You would
Well,
never
if you-
know
it-
that.
No,
I
and
mean, you
I
fixed it
just
well.
yeah, I just don't like when things are so big
Right.
that your bra straps show, because
Right.
it's yeah. So but I'm real happy with it. It looks great.
Oh, it looks
you know?
great. Yes,
Yeah.
it looks great, Linda.
So there's my summer. I want to at least do one summer top. You know, it's fingering yarn. It seems to take forever. And I started it right before we went to Key West. And that's, you know, I bought the color because the
Yeah.
whole thing.
Yeah.
But so at least I have one summer top done. And so I'm done with that. I'm not going to make any more, you know, clothes, if you will, or
Right.
sweaters for this year. So then I didn't have the bandwidth to start Danny's second sweater side.
Yeah.
So what I did instead, what do? We cast on other things. So I cast on, and it's really turning out pretty. From my stash, there's my right side. I am also making a scarf, and
Oh,
it's
that's
some very
pretty. Yeah. Oh, I
bright-
love the little scallops.
Yep, yep. And it's called the Manderley, and it takes 400 yards. So so you don't
And
weigh
so
it, and you know, yeah,
one
one
skein
skein.
wander.
Yep, yep. And I love the pattern. It's, you know, it of course has it both written, but it's not really a chart. It's more of a chart, like an Excel chart. You know,
Yeah.
because once you know what to do, it just says anyway, I'll have to show it. It's a really great little pattern. So it's really, once you get past this first one, then you can just kind of just go with the little visual pattern. But I made a really silly mistake. And I just had a good chuckle. So I have this because this little yarn bag.
Yeah.
And, okay, I got to open this up. So my beautiful yarn, you can see all these bright, I'm thinking, you know, kind of for fall, right?
Oh, yeah.
And it's in this bag. I can't get it out.
I know you put it through that hole, didn't you? I
You
don't
put
know
it
why
through
they
the
do
hole.
that. Why do they do that?
Because I wanted
it needs to be split. It needs to be split. You know, Mary Catherine bought me a beautiful knitting basket made by the Amish, and they've got these 3 little holes in the top of one
I'm
side.
blushing. It feels so
And
stupid.
it's like, I need to take it to somebody that will take and sew a place for the
Oh, yeah,
yarn
they
to
could
go
do
in
that.
to come out. You can't, I mean, it's like, what? Why do they do that?
So I love that it's a little bag because for traveling, that's great, you know, and I could just put it in my purse and go.
Yeah.
And so last night I wanted to put it on my my Hanson Crafts thingy, and I went,
It's like you're
Oh.
stuck with it being in there because that's
So-
going through the hole.
and Daddy's like,
Hey,
can't you
you
just
know
cut
what?
it?
You can fix that. You can cut it and then stitch it. Oh, but there's the
Zipper.
zipper.
Yeah,
Well.
it's okay. I mean, it's not a big deal, but it just was so silly. And I thought, oh my gosh. And then I bit the bullet, you guys. Oop, I got my cup. I also, and I did this because I thought I wouldn't have to look at anything. I cast on some socks.
I'm so proud of you.
So, well, this one is for me, but I am, it's kind of a guinea pig to see if I like it, because if I do, I'm making this one for my daughter.
That's pretty.
So a little,
I
it's
love
it's
that.
kind of a bandana, but it's not
It
real big,
matches
which
your,
is,
it matches your
Yeah.
Yumi sweater. That's pretty.
yeah.
It would
But
be
there's-
pretty to add to that in the fall.
Well, this, yeah, well, geez, yeah, I don't know.
Man,
Maybe,
you might
maybe
need to
I'll give her
rethink
this
that.
one. Oh, well, so I started putting beads in it. And
Oh,
you can't see them, so I just stopped, and I'm just going to take a
Yeah.
hammer and knock these out. But anywho, well, I'm knitting. So I've got all these things going, but the socks, the guys, my husband loves his socks, and I thought then I need to get some for the other boys. So I don't know exactly who's they're going to be for. Probably my son. He definitely doesn't watch. So
it's
anyway,
time to be doing Christmas knitting.
Yeah,
get it
that's
all
what I
done,
figure,
it's
because
time
all
to
this
start.
fingering yarn takes so long, you know?
But you know, DK socks knit up a lot faster. And to me, the winter shoes that you wear, DK socks, are not too thick to wear.
You don't
into
think
those
so?
Shoes. They're
You
not.
don't think
I
so?
love my DK socks. They go.
Well, I've
in-
got enough DK yarn to.
Yeah, maybe you ought to
Really?
think about doing some DK socks. But if they think they're too thick for their shoes, which if they wear boots, it's not. I mean, they are perfect.
See, now
for
my
boots.
son does wear a lot of boots. He
would
work
love the
boots because he's in
DK,
the
the-
mountains and it's cold.
Yeah, the DK socks are wonderful for people that wear boots in the wintertime. Yeah, and they go
Oh, well,
quicker.
guys, let us know. Do you guys knit socks out of DK? And do you have trouble wearing them with your shoes? Oh, we were going to talk about the shoe situation because somebody mentioned excuse me,
that
somebody
they don't
mentioned
have
about it.
shoes to wear this.
Oh, I think we
remember,
already
can't-
did address it. Yeah, and we
No,
just,
we
I think,
did. I don't think we did.
oh, well,
We
I
didn't.
think Mary Jane's are a great, you know, a
They
great
are
shoe
a
to show
great
off.
shoe.
And you just need to go buy yourself a pair of shoes, wearing your socks to know that this is going to be my sock shoes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I would do, you know, because if
Yeah.
I
And
start getting into,
I think clogs, you know, I don't know if that's the right way, but the slip in that had the wedged heels and,
Yeah.
you know, those are wonderful to wear your socks with in the wintertime. And your heel, the back part of the foot is showing, so it shows off your socks a little bit, you know. So
Yeah.
that's something that you can wear your socks with. And the Mary Janes are really, and I think she mentioned that I wish I could call her name, but she mentioned Birkenstocks. Maybe she doesn't wear those, but
right,
a lot of people will wear their socks with the Birkenstock
with
shoes.
sandals. It's a very British thing to do.
Yeah.
You know, it's chilly there, and so I think I just lost my earring. Nope, I didn't. They all wear socks with their sandals. I mean, it is so chilly there that they really don't grow red tomatoes unless they have a little greenhouse. And many people do. They have like a kitchen greenhouse or a thing that like goes out a window, one of those type of greenhouses, because it's just it's not warm enough and it's not warm long enough. Kind of like Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I had a hard time getting red tomatoes. There were many years I just never got them. And I would just be so frustrated, and I have to throw my green tomatoes in a paper sack and put them in the basement and hope they ripened. It's depressing. But yeah, I do like the Mary Jane simply because when you look down, you can see your socks.
Yeah.
If you're standing, you can
Yep.
look down. But
Yeah.
my Mary Janes, I think they would stretch a little bit. They're leather, and I think if I wore my thicker socks, they probably will stretch. But otherwise, I'm just going to go get another pair of shoes if I get into sock making. We'll see. But anyway, so that's pretty much my. I don't have much. Just my sweater, which, like I said, I don't think I'm going to bother blocking because I think it looks fine. I know that's a
looks
no-no.
great.
Everybody's gasping out there, right?
Well,
But-
you'll eventually block it because you'll have to wash it, and so
Well,
then
that's
you have
true.
to block
That's
it.
true.
So
That's true.
You're just cutting out the initial blocking.
But I have to say, and it probably will be even prettier, but that Lindy chain, which is what I made it with from Knit Picks, I really do like it. It does not stretch out. Everything holds its shape really well, and it's a great yarn. So, yeah. But otherwise, that's about it.
So don't forget our Zoom call on Saturday.
forget our
We're
Zoom.
excited about that. And if you go to our website and scroll down, we always talk about our shopping club. And we are not sponsored by them, but we truly feel like we're doing you a favor to tell you about the shopping club. Many aisles of the store, supplements and essential oils and beauty and bath and dental and even some pharmaceutical options and cleaning, green cleaning, wonderful safe products. If any of you have lung issues and can't be around chemicals, you will fall in love with their cleaning products.
Asthma. I know many people that had asthma, and then, you know, they used to be in the hospital once or twice a year from it, switched over, and they don't.
I'm telling you, just trust
much
us. You know, we talked about at the beginning of the episode how people don't trust anymore. You can trust us. We are telling you about this shopping club because we know you're going to love it.
Yeah.
And we don't sell the products. We
for
don't
you.
deliver product. We don't collect money. The company, the shopping club, it will take care of you. A wonderful company, been around for over 40 years. I've raised my kids on these products, and you know, we do get compensated just a little bit, you know, not much at all from
referrals.
helping. Yeah,
we get
that's right.
referrals.
That's how they grow. They just grow from
how they grow.
referrals. One shopper telling another shopper, and so we truly are doing you a favor to tell you about the shopping club.
Well,
so,
and also when you do request information, we are going to need. Well, that's why we ask you to go through our website, because then we will have your email and your phone number, because that's how we can send you information. We can't send it through
Right.
Messenger. We can't send it through Instagram.
Yeah.
It's just those platforms won't allow videos to be
So it's your
sent that way.
email, it's through your
But-
email or through your phone number.
Yeah, but we always just request a very brief conversation. We will not talk your ears out, we promise. But, you know, everybody's got a reason usually to change stores. You know, it's like it could be a health reason, it could be a skin reason, it could be they just care about where stuff is made or whatever. We like to find out, why are you interested, so that we can send you information, because we really don't want to send you information that you're not interested in. People don't want to hear answers to questions they're not asking. So we want to just find out, why are you interested? And then we can kind of guide you down the right aisles and the right departments and whatnot. So anyway, but yeah. So, alrighty, everybody. Well, I guess we will just see you hopefully on the Zoom on Saturday. I'm going to practice using my computer. Unlike last time, I had all these issues, but my computer's new, the one I use for recording. So I've got to figure it out. I promise I will. And I hope our internet was good. You know, Susie and all you guys, we are going to get Starlink internet. We're going to uncable. We live in the country and we just have too many issues. In fact, everybody was at our house on Saturday and they were wanting to show things. We couldn't get online. Nobody could. You know, it's like we could, our music was off because we used, Spotify. And then it's like, okay, let's just go for the data. And it's on and on. And so these issues were, when we do have them, I'm fairly certain are from my end. So we're done with it. And it's actually going to be cheaper. Our internet is now $120 a month.
Wow.
And we don't even have anything good. We don't have fiber like you do.
Yeah. And mine is $71 a month.
Is it? That's, yeah, I know. It's so crazy. It's like the longer you're with them, the more they charge you. Shouldn't you start high and get lower as you're a faithful customer?
I know. It's like everything goes in, I know, it goes in the opposite. In fact, I was
They penalize you the
telling my
longer you're
husband
with
that.
them. It's crazy.
I saw this big sign on an apartment complex and it says move-in specials. And I looked at my husband, I said, that is so wrong. What kind of specials are they giving to people that have been dedicated on time paying of the rent for year after year?
Yeah.
And they penalize them.
Right.
They raise their rent and give the people that are moving in, they don't know nothing about them, they haven't proved themselves, they get move-in specials and they get lower rent. And the people that have been there living and being faithful, and they penalize them.
know.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
The whole world's backwards. But anyway, we don't need to get off on that rub. But anyway.
Well, we forgot to talk about the spotlight. Oh, before we leave, our spotlight, we have 3 or 4 submissions. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Did you see her Yumi? She had a beautiful Yumi, and I
That
love
is
the pussy willows in the
beautiful.
front, and Arlena's
Yes.
hats. So she's doing the Nitty McPurley Hat Club. So she's submitting. I don't know if
She's
she's
going to have
catching.
a load of beautiful hats by the end of the year. Beautiful job, Arlena.
Oh, and if I can, I'm going to put this in the right place, you guys. But anyway, if I can't, thank you so much. Please do send your submissions to contactyarnoverwithus.com, but the information is below. So anyway, see you Saturday.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.